Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this RQA International Conference 2021. The title of the program is Quality by Agility. And I have to say that there is a huge amount of effort that has gone into producing and presenting this conference over the next 3 days. I will attempt to thank many of those involved as we go through this introduction, but I think it's worth reflecting on the title of the conference and what has been attempted in producing and presenting this event. The subtitle of the event is Reflect, Challenge and Innovate. And I think this title adequately reflects exactly what we have faced over the past 18 months. We've reflected upon the consequences of COVID and the impact that that has had on many of our lives, both working and domestic, in terms of how we have adjusted to the new world. This has presented to us the challenge that we faced. I think all of us, if we were to reflect upon the last year, the last 18 months, our lives have changed, particularly when it comes to our workplace and how we actually perform our roles. Many of us have been working from home. Many of us have had to isolate at various times. And that has presented a significant challenge to us in the way we undertake our role and responsibilities, which also again has led us to the fact that we've had to innovate. We've had to innovate in order to continue with our research programs and all the other activities that we perform. And that is all reflected within the program that is presented to you over the next 3 days. As I said, there's a huge team effort in preparing and delivering this conference to you. It isn't just about the backroom boys and girls who put together the technology to deliver this program, but the estimated 100 presenters and speakers who are engaged over the next 3 days, their efforts to deliver what I think is a very initiative, interesting program that hopefully there is something for everybody within the content presented. So the past year has presented to us a huge amount of challenge, which we've had to reflect upon and innovate in terms of our roles and responsibilities. But equally, I think the innovation that we've seen over this period has been quite remarkable as well. If we look at the way in which organizations, whether it's the NHS, whether it's the pharmaceutical companies that have developed new vaccines, the timeline and the way in which they have responded to this challenge has been remarkable. Whilst clearly we don't all work within the NHS or for those companies that are involved in such developments, I think it has influenced us tremendously in the way in which we address our daily work routines. So the past year itself has presented a means by which we reflect, we challenge, and we have had to innovate in our working lives. As I said, the program committee have produced a 3-day event packed with interest, both from the topics point of view. We have specialist streams in many of the areas of GCP, PV, audit skills, IT, GLP, animal and veterinary. So a huge array of different areas of interest are covered by the various streams that are on offer during the conference. We have an excellent collection of speakers representing all areas of industry. We have many presenters from regulatory authorities, who I'm sure will enlighten us into many of the challenges and innovations that we've had to undertake. There is also a huge opportunity for delegates to discuss and raise issues on not only the presentations, but also any area that you would like further clarification or express opinions. And to that extent, we have a question time today at 11:30, which is an open forum at which delegates can raise any area of interest. It's billed as a question time. Hopefully it won't be as controversial and challenging as some of the question times we see on the television today. But that's an open discussion, at which point delegates can raise any areas of interest. The conference also has a meeting exhibition area, a virtual exhibition, where you can actually visit each of the exhibitors on their stands, observe what they have in terms of their offering, but also the opportunity to discuss with them specific areas of their products or interests. And therefore it's an open virtual session which you can visit at any stage. We also have posters. There's a poster area, a networking lounge where you can visit to learn more about the activities of the association. And the posters represent views and opinions from various members of the association. We also have launched recently the RQA certification program. And this is a certification program for auditors. It is divided into specialist areas, and you can actually become a certified auditor through RQA by virtual completion of the course program. And that is available for view on the RQA stand, and maybe something that is of interest to a number of you. At this point, I'd like to thank the sponsors. Clearly, we're very grateful for their continued support. So do visit the sponsor areas and exhibitors to find out what they indeed have to offer. Obviously, I'd like to thank the speakers, and we have a large collection of speakers representing all the different areas of GXP. Hopefully, you will get an opportunity to, again, raise questions with them, but enjoy their presentations. A lot of effort has gone in to delivering the program, and I'm sure you will benefit from their knowledge and expertise. Obviously, we wouldn't have a conference if it wasn't for the delegates. So again, thank you for those of you who are subscribing to the conference. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn from the experience. And if you are interested in contributing further to the activities of RQA, there's various means through the volunteer program, through the committees, to extend the experience that you have. In terms of the sponsor, we'd like to thank MasterControl for their continued support, but all of the other sponsors and exhibitors, we are very grateful for your continued support. That just leaves me now to introduce to you John Beckstrand, who is the CEO of MasterControl, who also has a message for you at the start of this conference. So without further ado, I would ask to convert the presentation, the introductions, over to John.
Hello, I'm John Beckstrand, CEO of MasterControl. I want to start by thanking RQA for having me. I'm honored to be here as a member of the worldwide quality community. Due to a schedule conflict, I couldn't present live today and pre-recorded this session during our customer summit. I thought it'd be nice to take advantage of this great set and give you a sneak peek inside of our event. The RQA conference theme is Quality by Agility, Reflect, Challenge, Innovate, and I think you'll find that theme woven into the presentation today. Together, we are working to get high-quality, life-changing products out to more people faster than ever before. And as an industry, we're pretty smart people, but the future of quality and compliance is about to get a lot smarter. As you know, COVID-19 has underscored the need for rapid access to healthcare products. Many of you have been involved in unprecedented efforts to deliver vaccines, ventilators, and more. And while the media focus on COVID-related medical products has been unique, bringing life-changing products to market is a way of life for our community. COVID is just the tip of a huge iceberg, the visualization of a much greater need. Below the surface are many other health problems, such as asthma, bronchitis, cystic fibrosis, tuberculosis, and the list goes on and on with cancers, autoimmune diseases, heart disease, diabetes, and more. But there are significant barriers to getting healthcare products to market. And one of these key barriers is owned by us, the friction and costs of quality and regulatory compliance. We need to deliver quality and efficacy at greater speed and lower cost. This is MasterControl's mission, but truly it is our collective mission in quality to solve this problem, to make life-changing products available to more people sooner. We are proud to be partners with each of you in this effort. Advances in technology have helped us to make this mission a reality. Over the past decade, we have gone digital and connected our systems, and now technology vendors are focused on making these systems intelligent. First, we had to go from paper to digital. We transitioned to paperless document control, training, regulatory documentation and filings, production records, calibration records, but many of those systems were siloed. In stage 2, we connected the digital systems that were siloed to seamlessly share processes and data. Connected systems enable quantifiable process improvements. For example, your manufacturing system can automatically prevent an operator from performing a step if they haven't completed the required training. The third stage is to utilize all the connected data and enable AI. Then we can do things like predict and prevent quality issues and streamline manufacturing process. It's in stage 3 that we can remove friction, move faster, and deliver life-changing products to market sooner. Without AI, we can't realize the value of the data we've digitized, collected, and connected. This volume of information is overwhelming for the human mind, and Excel tops out at 1,048,576 rows. So we know that the data has relationships and predictive qualities, but we can't, without help, process or organize the information to drive improvement decisions that increase speed and decrease costs. The solution is to gather the data and organize it in a way that facilitates artificial intelligence and machine learning. When a computer predicts, classifies, learns, or reasons in a way similar to the human mind, this is called artificial intelligence. For some tasks, computers can go far beyond the abilities of the human mind, particularly when it comes to analyzing large amounts of data. Under the AI umbrella, we have machine learning, which uses math and statistics that help computers learn from data through algorithms that automatically improve over time. Another subset of AI is natural language processing, which helps computers to understand the meaning of language and converts unstructured quality data embedded in documents into structured data that machines can use. This is helpful when you think about your company's need to read through and understand millions of documents. While a human could certainly do that, the work would take many humans working long hours for many weeks, whereas a computer can read and understand that same content on a massive scale. AI, ML, NLP, more acronyms, that's just what we need, right? Let's talk about how we build and apply these technologies. The first step to enabling AI is to gather and organize a massive amount of information into a data lake. We're talking about a lot of data. We estimate that MasterControl's operating data lake may take more than 25 quadrillion records flowing in each day. So 25 quadrillion, that's a lot of records. How can we make sense of such a high volume of data and how it facilitates AI? Let's consider books and libraries. An average book contains 105,000 words, and most libraries house around 120,000 books. That's 12.6 billion words in an average library. If you read 200 words per minute, it would take 25 years, reading 12 hours per day to read the entire library. Now imagine putting 200,000 libraries worth of books into a warehouse. That warehouse would contain 2.52 quintillion words. So we'd actually need 10 warehouses to equal the 25 quadrillion records that will form the basis of our AI capabilities. So we have this mass amount of information, but how do we make sense of it all? How can we derive value from the data? Even if we could read it, we wouldn't be able to comprehend it or understand relationships between the themes or words. This is where AI unlocks insights that were previously impossibly hidden. As we combine the words from each of the books into a single data lake, we can look through and monitor the words from all the books constantly to find patterns and emerging relationships. This is the power of going from paper to connected digital to AI. Let's look at examples of insights we could find as we use AI to search through and comprehend our data lake library. We could find all references in the library to a particular historical figure and determine the number of references that were presented in a positive or a negative light. Or we could change or update the spelling of an individual's name and add footnotes to any sources that misstate key facts. But what if you had to update, approve, and train people on each one of the books? That's something that many of us can relate to. So what does this mean for you? Well, today, when you upload a document into a digital system, you will typically manually select the document type, then input all of the required document metadata by hand. In the future, as you upload a document, the system will select the document type for you and automatically populate many fields like title, description, and author. It will evaluate the document using natural language processing and compute all that metadata automatically, saving you a great deal of time. As you complete that document, you will be able to tell other things like, there have been 5 other released documents that are 95% similar to the new document. Maybe you have a duplicate work instruction that needs to be combined. With AI, the system would be able to tell you that the document will take an average of 9 days to get approved based on the route and approvers. If it's a new version of an existing document, we'll be able to predict the impact of updating training and suggest content and questions for a training course. We would be able to understand the impact of the document as it's created. And it gets even more interesting when we consider the kinds of things that AI will help you understand about your business. What if we could alert you when operator errors and defects increase after training on a revised SOP? What if you had the ability to understand that when you use a material from a particular supplier with a specific machine with a certain equipment configuration, you always have a higher level of scrap and a higher rate of defects? What if we could tell you about reduction in yield and increase in error rates after a product design change? Essentially, we have an early warning system for risk that helps avoid defects and quality problems. Now, that would certainly help us get our products to market sooner. In 10 years, we'll wonder how we function without this level of quality and product data intelligence. Just the other day, my teenage son asked me how I made it through high school without a cell phone. Someday, we're going to look back and feel the same way about quality management and artificial intelligence. Back in the day, some of us might have felt like cell phones weren't very necessary. We didn't know how many problems that they could potentially solve. We may not end up carrying AI-enabled quality systems in our back pocket, but it will become indispensable. Together, with rapidly improving technologies, we are tackling one of life's greatest problems, reducing human suffering through life-changing products. We're shortening the time it takes for a vaccine to help millions of people to stay healthy. Every time we improve our regulatory and quality processes, we get life-changing products to more people sooner. It's a long road from paper to machine-assisted product and quality data intelligence, but I see incredible solutions with huge potential gains on the horizon. And I'm excited to see our industry put AI solutions into practice. RQA has an amazing lineup of speakers and programs for attendees this year. This afternoon, there are 4 tracks covering good clinical practice, pharmacovigilance, good laboratory practice, and the future of quality. At 11 a.m. today, Stephen Turnick from MasterControl will be discussing the life sciences approach to risk. I invite all of you to attend these great sessions. So have a great conference, And thank you for allowing me to present and listening to my ideas.